Maddie, there's Lego all over and Zumba is starting.
We're going into a shuffle now.
Ow! Hello, makers and tinkerers. Welcome to another episode of Making with Matt, and this time we're going to be focusing on prototyping. You will be making, try that word out, prototyping. That basically means the first version of something, and maybe that version is going to need to be tweaked and tinkered with to make it into the next version. But the first version is what we're looking at today, and that version starts out with a piece of paper and pencil. We're then going to later add some stuff from our junk box. So if you did not see episode 0 about the junk box, you're going to need a junk box. And this junk box is found objects, stuff that you found lying around the house, stuff that you rescued from going to the garbage or going to the recycling. It's better that it gets reused than recycled. And we're going to need some tape. Any tape that sticks will do. I have some Scotch tape. And you need a challenge or an opportunity or a problem. It's the thing that needs help. It's the thing that needs fixing. So you need to have that challenge. You should have gone over some problem finding and figured out a little bit about what that challenge is. So let's get started. We're going to start with a piece of paper and a pencil. So when we start prototyping, we're going to take all of this information that we've gathered, maybe some observations, some questions that we've asked people, and we want to put together a prototype that's 2D, two-dimension, meaning flat on a piece of paper. You have to have an idea of what your problem is. So you have maybe a list of possible solutions to your problem. Now our problem is around Lego and picking up the Lego. So that problem can be solved. We have to, we brainstorm some ideas, and it could be a vacuum. And what I have decided is you have to refine your possible solutions. I have decided, let's try out this roller that is sticky. So let's make a 2D prototype. So we'll get another piece of paper, decided to pursue this roller that is sticky, and we need to map things out. So let's first make a little representation of Lego. Now one of the things that we have figured out is that the problem with the Lego isn't so much the big Lego, it's the tiny Lego. It's all these little pieces of Lego. So those are our little Lego. Not to be confused with the pirate. Arr. Okay, anyways. So we're making our 2D diagram, and if these are going to represent little Lego, you could also draw an arrow like that. So here's our problem, little tiny Lego. Now how are we gonna fix this problem? Well, we're going to create a roller that somehow connects, and it rolls this way and picks up the Lego. So we have to label roller. Remember, this is a roller that is sticky. Roller that is sticky. And the first thing that we do, number 1, is put roller on floor. And we'll say these are the steps. Now this whole piece of paper with this 2D prototype that I'm making is for you to communicate your idea, either to a teacher or the user that is actually going to use your idea. That way you can get feedback. So the first thing that they're going to do is they're going to put the roller on the floor, and then the second thing they're going to do is roll the roller. So step 1, put on floor. Step 2, roll, roller. Okay? Now, one thing that's missing from this is scale. Scale is how big something is. So if that is a tiny, tiny Lego, we maybe know that it's, for example, one of these. But we want to put something that measures the scale. Now you could use inches and you could draw lines and such, but one of the things that's the easiest way to show scale is to show a body part, some piece of your body or your whole person if you have something that's really big. So I'm going to draw this is my thumb. That little squiggly line means my rest of my body continues over there somewhere, but I'm not going to draw it all. So I'm going to put thumb. And it's not just any thumb, it's Matt's thumb. Okay? And so if that's the size of Matt's thumb, we can get a sense for how big all of this is. But now let's make sure that people know that this is the scale and I didn't just put Matt's thumb in there all by itself, just for fun. So this is our 2D representation of our prototype.
Help me pick up the Lego. How come you didn't help me?
To the other side.
How come you didn't help me pick up the Lego?
Stop me.
What was your story? You could have helped me pick up the Lego.